Now that we have some distance from the disappointing loss to Liverpool, there's plenty to be optimistic about for Arsenal this season. For example, Mikel Arteta was backed in a big way in the summer, with players like Victor Gyökeres, Martin Zubimendi, and Noni Madueke. Moreover, in addition to these new players, Hale looks to have produced another superstar in the making for the club in the unreal Max Dowman. The teenager already looks more than comfortable in the senior game, and like he has a bright future ahead of him. Although there was another academy superstar who was once predicted to do big things and is now worth less than £1 million. Max Dowman's rapid rise. It would be fair to say that aside from the Champions League run, last season was one of the least enjoyable campaigns Arsenal fans have had for some time, as it felt like everything was going wrong. However, the emergence of Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly was a real bright spot, and yet, even as they broke into the first team, there was talk of an even more exciting prospect in the academy, a 14-year-old who was playing well beyond his years. This was, of course, Dowman, and when you take a look at his statistics from last season, it becomes easier to understand why those in the know, like Jacek Kulig, were going as far as proclaiming him to be the most exciting prospect he had seen since Lamine Yamal. For example, in just 23 appearances, totaling 1945 minutes, he put the ball in the back of the net 19 goals and provided 5 assists for good measure, which comes out to an average of 1.04 goal involvements per match, or 1 every 81.04 minutes. Numbers like these forced Arteta and co. to bring the youngster on the preseason tour this year. And for the first time, fans were able to see why so many are so excited about him, as he came off the bench against Newcastle United and won a penalty in short time. However, the most significant indication of just how highly the club rate the teenager is the fact he's now a regular part of the first team squad, and that not only did he make his Premier League debut against Leeds United, but that the manager felt comfortable subbing him on at Anfield when the team needed a goal. In all, while it is still so early, the hype around Dowman is starting to feel justified, which unfortunately was never the case with a former Hale ender who is now plying his trade in Europe. Arsenal's original Dowman. Every year, there is a new set of exciting academy talents that fans get excited about, but sometimes there is more than that. There is an expectation, and while Dowman looks like he might fulfill the expectations fans have of him, Charlie Patino was unable to live up to the expectations people had of him. While it seems a long time ago now, the youngster was expected by many to be the next big thing to emerge from Hale End. For example, back in October 2021, former Gunners Wonderkid Jack Wilshere told the press that the youngster was going to make a name for himself in the future, and that he was one who everyone at the training ground is talking about. As if that wasn't enough, Arsenal scout Brian Stapleton claimed that Sean O'Connor, the scout who discovered Wilshere, told him Patino was the best player who has ever walked through the doors at Hale End. The hype was only further fueled when the golden youngster, as dubbed by talent scout Jacek Kulig, came off the bench to make his competitive debut for the club in a League Cup match against Sunderland in 2021 and scored. With regular first-team football the next step, Arsenal sent their exciting Wonderkid on a number of loan spells, first to Blackpool and then Swansea City. However, while he did okay during this time, a total tally of 7 goals and 8 assists in 72 games didn't suggest he was quite ready to play under Arteta. And so when the players' camp made it clear he wanted to leave, the Gunners were forced into accepting a low £1 million offer for Deportivo La Coruña due to the lack of interest from other sides. Unfortunately, things have not worked out for the 21-year-old, as he's made just 12 appearances over the last year, in which he's failed to score or assist a single goal. Unsurprisingly, this has seen his valuation tank, and according to Transfermarkt, the former next big thing is now worth €600,000, which is just £518,000. Ultimately, while there is still plenty of time for Patino to forge a great career for himself, it's probably safe to say the hype and pressure placed on his shoulders were not justified.